On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Panthers of Anchorage taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field.
That kind of kickoff return is something we call a momentum play. So if you're the offensive coordinator and you have a script of plays that you plan to run, you may change it up now because you may decide to go for some bigger strikes and try and keep the momentum going.
Ready? 19 tight. 19. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Buccaneer first to pick up of 12 yards. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. The Buccaneers at 7-5 now of the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are on the board first here this afternoon.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. Going quickly here to Thomas. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. 11 more on that one and another first down. 4 consecutive passes to begin this opening drive, and you can't argue with the results. They've already driven it into the red zone and a fresh set of downs here to play with.
Which means there's a lot of trust by the play caller, by the quarterback, the receivers, you name it. Everyone locked in, everyone doing their job. I continue to go in that direction because right now they got the defense back on their heels.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
2nd and 13. Gets it underneath to Blue. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Come on.
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Viking 18.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Let's go now.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend to the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And the easy thought.
Blue hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, lost it there, big fumble. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Panthers very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Okay, here now, ready? 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Coconut.
They'll look to throw here. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, you know, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction, because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a 1st down here.
Come on, come on.
On play action, they'll throw. Thomas brings it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Panthers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play on this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready? Hey, check that street. Ready, go.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
49-yard line.
Bronco 80.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Bronco 80.
Now back to throw. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 25-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
25-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60. Ready?
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again. I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. These guys running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Trying to set the screen for Blue. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
9-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
On the set. Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw again. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. On first down, Murray. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Panthers' 44-yard line.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 42 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
Murray. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by the defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around. And touchdown! Brian Thomas, 65 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL, but I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked to his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, Picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. As he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
19 Tigers. Go, Reed. Go,
They run from the shotgun with Murray. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
3rd and 4.
Ready. Go.
Back to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Ready.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Okay,
Now,
ready.
following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They go draw here. Blue. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Third and 12.
Ready.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing. Yeah, look at the big man rumble! Big strides, look at him go. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Ready.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Murray. And a carbon copy there, at least as far as the results are concerned, as he'll be dropped behind the line yet again. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Panthers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They begin with a carry for Blue. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Now look out. To the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Jaden Blue as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Hold the ready.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start. Bronco 80. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd down and 8.
Go! Ready, right?
They go again with blue. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown! Brian Thomas with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list. And the Panthers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. It's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go, here we go. Count 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, it was him as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And now to common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively unlucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
19-6-79 Broncos.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Brian Thomas with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Panthers are able to add on to that lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
It's the score, Panthers 42, Buccaneers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Ready.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Come on, set, go!
They'll set up to throw. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. He's got room at the 30. Down to the 10. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards.
18 Cardinal. Bronco 80. Let go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down the left sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. They should turn 36 yards. And the Buccaneers Buccaneers are able to at least get one score back. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He will have the conversion and more than that. And bulldozing his way through. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Brian Thomas, 56 yards. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fights off the tackle at the 20. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
7 Pirates, 70, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10.
Ready.
They'll drop to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. But he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. what we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Panthers 60. Go.
They'll look to throw again. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Okay, ready?
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
60 Eagles. Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Caught on a slant. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Ready?
At the 2.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
18, fight it. Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Point after try forthcoming. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Next to score, Panthers 56. Buccaneers 28.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Ready?
Now the former Sun Devil, it's Cam Scatterbury. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Ready, set.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, they run with blue. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
51 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, Cup 19, Cup 19. Motion.
Here's Milton now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
To throw, it's Milton. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Jalen Walker, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
65 catch.
Now Milton. He's going to wind up and air it out. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Here we go.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays, really hurts the team on defense.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's 3rd and 3.
Let's go now.
They're going to look to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they will take a knee here.
Come on. Hey. 70 Timberwolves. Go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Cowboy 80.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Anchorage, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.